Hey girls. So this part two of C4 Central Canada Comic Con Hall. Maybe subtitle this The Bargain Bins are back in town. Dollar bins are back. Yeah, some good news on that front. So mostly stuff from bargain bins like that. A few things, maybe like a handful that aren't. But you know how we do on this channel. Trying to focusing on like the interiors mainly. Good content inside this medium that we love. And yeah, we're gonna go by vendor here. Lots to showcase. Let's start. Okay, so after those 50 long boxes plus, well, actually, yeah, it was more than 50 from that last one because throughout the day he was like replenishing them. Luckily, he told me that he was putting them in the front of the box, all the new stuff that he was putting in. So I just periodically was checking out the fronts. But yeah, the next vendor I hit up was String Bean Comics, who actually I think organized the con. And shout out to them, they did a good job. The turnout was insane. It was actually triggering my like, what do you call it, like claustrophobia, personal bubble. The hood rat in me wanted to throw elbows up. I was getting nudged and shoved and stuff a little bit. I got bumped about it like 10 times in the first hour. So I usually don't go to Comic Cons at opening for that reason, but there was just so much there that today I wanted to be there the whole day. Anyways, moving on. The String Bean Comics stuff from they had like a $2 bin. Some Frank Miller Daredevil. This is number 180. Some Dark Horse Presents with Sin City. This is number 53. Number 55. Yeah, getting all that Sin City. Some serious drama, Joseph Michael Linsner. I thought we just might flip through this quick. Just enjoy some painted art. Just take a quick look. Because interiors, I mean, he's known for doing covers nowadays, but his interiors are more dynamic and interesting probably. But they probably don't bring in the big bucks like covers do. But just show a little bit. That's what we want. That's what we want to see here. Nice gloves, even. Okay, moving on. That classic Ghost Rider glow in the dark. Why not? I always thought this cover looked sick. Is it Gary McNiven? I forget what this guy's first name is, but McNiven. He's done some really wicked art. So, we'll check it out. It's just enough to get me to check it out. Predator Kindred Part 3 of 4. I seem to remember this being one of the fun Predator series to read. Unless I'm mistaken, but kind of looking for that. Okay, you know I'm always trying to find like some good Wolverine, trying to give the mainstream a chance and stuff, and usually I'm let down, but this one was pretty cool. I'm going to look for more of these. Sabretooth. Number 1 by LaValle, Kirk, and Barreto. Let's just quickly look through here. It kind of gave me that like... it satiated that thirst or hunger of what I'm looking for Wolverine. Maybe Sabretooth is like the anti-Wolverine. Like he's like, you know, the bad version. It starts with like, we'll just look at this for a few minutes. The council in Krakoa is like telling Sabretooth they're going to, even though they're against it, for him they're making an exception to lock him away without a chance of freedom. He says, I'll be free before you even notice. Cut to out in the wilderness here, and he says his thought is told you. He's running through the wild. Caption says, I know what I am. Not many people can say that. Most people tell fairy tales about themselves. Anything to avoid the true knowledge of themselves. And he rips off, just tears off the face of this grizzly bear that he fights. I guess he picked the fight with the grizzly bear. I've always known what I am, he says. And then a speech bubble says coward. And some X-Men here to fight him. That bear hardly counts as competition, bub. Why don't you try us? Well, look who's here, he says. And yeah. He tears the face. In this fight, he tears like the face off of Scott Summers. grabs him and just uses him as a weapon to blast all the rest of the X-Men. This is in like the first few pages already. Stuff going on. Nightcrawler's the only one alive. He says, "Oh." Sabretooth says, "Say your prayers, blue boy." Nightcrawler says, "I'll send you to hell first." Yep, he wins that fight. Sabretooth. "Wish I could have tore the runt apart with my bare hands, but otherwise no regrets. I know what I am. That's always been my superpower." Cut to a jail cell. He's all locked up. This guy comes out, says he's his lawyer, and says that he's like, "Oh," Sabretooth is like, "Oh, you caught me because I escaped." And he's like, "Well, tell me how you escaped." "Well, you didn't actually escape. Just let you think so. There's all like a hallucination. You're actually still imprisoned, and this is like a mental construct that you're trapped in. Do you want to kind of like mend your ways? I know we might let you have some semblance of freedom, or even be able to keep the memory of all these times that you think you've escaped and killed everybody." I think he says, yeah. Yeah, then it goes again. He takes over. It's like he eventually like takes over the world and kills everybody. It has this kind of Conan look here. "So began the age of Creed the King, who slayed both beast and man." What does it say? "Then comes Sabretooth and his Starjammers, the scourge of 7 solar systems." So people around the world start having these nightmares or visions of Sabretooth. It's not really explained why. But in Sabretooth's reality, he's taken over hell at this point, and he likes to send his victims and X-Men and other supervillains there and torment them, personally oversee their torment. But something starts happening. It's like his vision starts breaking down or glitching. More X-Men come into hell. It's unclear if this is real or not, if the realities are kind of merging. These are kind of just throwaway red shirt X-Men, it seems, and he says like, I'm gonna practice on you guys first, then work my way up. And that's the end of issue 1. So this was like thoroughly entertaining, this, and yeah, I'm gonna be looking for more of these. Thankfully, finally found some fun superhero stuff to read. We'll see where this goes. Should I see what year this is from? You guys interested? Well, this is copyright for this ad is 2021, so it must be 2021. Okay, moving on. In that $2 bin, some original Mirage, Eastman Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Just always get these. I don't know. I think I had this one before, but I wasn't like too keen on this one. Is this number 30 or something? Pardon me. But other than that, you know, we love good content here, but as far as speculating goes and money, like, it seems like this, you can make money on these too. Or, I just always collected all these Mirage Ninja Turtles, and it's like every 6 months or a year that I look at the value of them, they're just like going up in multitudes and multitudes. So rescuing them from a $2 bin seems like a smart move. Here's Richard Corben, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Me and my cousins found this one summer when I was like, I don't know, like 8 years old or something. And this was just the feel-good hit of the summer, man. This is book 33. This, you know, helped the love of the medium for sure. Made an impression on us. Or I must have been like 9 or 10 maybe at that time. But yeah, this just kicks ass. What a great comic. And $2, I mean, this, I don't see anything wrong with it. It looks like there's like not even there's not really even any creases, just maybe that or something, but, you know, not that I care, but this is something that, even if it was in the $2 bin, I've seen this go for like $30 and shit like that, or at least 10, 15. I'm just happy to have like another copy of it to, you know, maybe help find a good home, but I just feel like I'll always grab Mirage stuff when it's at a good price, and maybe if you're the same, if you get those doubles, upgrade the ones you have already, and don't feel bad about it because you can make some dough selling these as well. We're not all about that here, but when I know that's the case, I will pass that on to you. Usagi Yojimbo #1 from IDW. Just trying this out on Comic Rack's recommendation. He always loves these, right? So I've never really read Usagi Yojimbo though. Uncanny X-Men 169. Have almost 100 issues in a row now. I'm only missing 266, kind of out of like that like 100 up to like 281. Okay, next vendor. Is this like Wally's old comics or something? Anyways, Eclipse, Appleseed, Masamune Shirao. These were like marked all as like $2 bins, but luckily when I went to pay the guy, he only charged me $1 each for them. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but I'll take it. Appleseed, Volume 2, Book 1. Barbaric Tales. Taking a chance on some indie stuff. Barbaric Tales #2. And yeah, he was letting me like look inside. He was like, don't even ask, it's fine. Just look inside. And I was like, this looked familiar. I was like, this looks kind of like Damlog. And yeah, you got Damlog right there. The Damlog art. Oh shit, Continuing the Strange Adventures of... I wonder if this is different than the single issue of Damlog. It does look different than Aklon, Spartan. Just take a look at some Damlog, man. Just pretty crazy stuff. Cool. Stephen Bissett and Rick Reach's Bedlam #1. Another copy of this, but pass that on. Cyberpunk #2. This is the same franchise that to this day is running as like Cyberpunk 2077. I think this was like a desktop game or RPG type of thing back then, but also like 80s Cyberpunk comic that's actually quite good. Pretty good stuff. Some more Frank Miller Daredevil. This is Daredevil 182, just right after the death of Elektra. Dragon Quest from Silver Wolf, or as Jim Rugg would say, Silver Wolf. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I saw the Tim Vigil autograph there, or signature, or sorry, sign that he worked on this cover, I guess. I saw that Silver Wolf. And look, guys, double cover. Speculate on this. That makes it worth like a ton more, right? Apparently you also grade by the inside cover. The outside cover grade is like not a big deal. I don't know, whatever. Just looking for some like outlaw indie type stuff too, but if it's valuable, that's cool too. But you know, we'll see. Some Jack Kirby Eternals, issue #2. I'd buy that, right golly. Putting together the run of House of Mystery, and this is all Bruce Jones written I, Vampire for the main stories too, so right? So maybe that's fun to read. Is this a Kaluta cover? Maybe. Joe Kubrick covers 306. They always have fun interiors too. You know, Bronze Age DC horror is awesome. Number 314, that must be Kaluta, right? Number 320, that's pretty beat up. That might be a double though. This is cool to find. This is maybe only the second time in my life that I've seen this title in real life in any bin. Icon Devil. I'm going to be going over this in another video. Not to spoil it, but I got a big... I finally like splurged and sent away for a bunch of these, but you know, looking at this, maybe you can see why this is just far out. Like indie, underground sci-fi action for mature readers, but It's also very intelligent and entertaining. It's not just the fact that it's for mature readers, but as I've said before, I discovered this at like when I was like 10 years old. Like a stoned clerk let me buy it from a corner store, and oh man, it helped my love of comics for sure, and blew my young mind. It was kind of like at that time back then, it was all about this kind of stuff like Black and White Mirage Studios, Ninja Turtles, something like this. Like it was so awesome finding stuff like this. So we'll show more later in another video. I'm just trying to make it tight, make it right when I go into that stuff. All right. Mad Balls #1. Just checking it out. You got Screaming Mimi, Oculus Orbis, Splitting Headache, Dustbrain, Arg, Slobulus? Is that his name? Hornhead? I'm trying to remember, man. It's not Wolf Breath, right? It's Hornhead. Whew, scraping those memory banks, dude. Marvel's Greatest Comics #23. You know we're always getting those newsprint Kirby reprints of Fantastic Four. Here's a good Predator series that I recommend as a good good series of Predator that's fun to read and also has good art. Predator: The Bloody Sands of Time. Another extra copy. Dan Barry and Chris Warner. The coloring also is excellent in here. It just kind of, it's this journalist that's looking into predators, and he's like researching different weird anomalous like military reports and stuff like that. So each time that he's researching one, it'll like cut to it, like have the scene of that. It's pretty cool stuff. And you know, by the end of the comic, maybe he starts popping up on the Predator's radar themselves too. So this is pretty cool, and it has like, it kind of has that like Dave Gibbons-y look or something. Even the color, not that that's like a huge deal, but it's just well done through and through. This one, Predator: The Bloody Sands of Time. This is like a one that's like a keeper for me, probably for all time, of all the Predator stuff. So recommend that one. Extra copy there. This is cool to find, you know, for $1. I'll buy that, by golly. Rip in Time #5, Richard Corben. Bruce Jones and Richard Corben, no less. Trying out this weird underground comic, Rivit. I have no idea what this is, but you know, just checking it out. Always got to try some weird underground stuff. No idea what this is. Some pretty nice black and white art, though. That kind of lizard thing. Maybe some terrorista sort of guerrilla fighters there. Shooting at a fighter jet. Tanks. Down fighter jet. Maybe that was a recon jet, actually. Anyway, The Shadow #3. I think the cover is detached on this, but for $1, that's cool. I'll get a better copy, but this is kind of just cool anyway, because it's Kaluta and Bernie Wrightson together. This should be a fun one to look through. It's kind of early in Kaluta's career, though, so it seemed kind of starting to take shape by the looks of it. I wonder who did what. It's cool that they were collabing, though. What year is this? The price is 20 cents. What is that, like 70s? 1974. Here's one that's at the top of my wish list, pretty much. This is one series that I'm looking for and wanting very much, but I have not been able to find like anywhere. I've only ever been able to see this issue, like even online pretty much, or issues online are like, after shipping, they're like $30 each, and I want this so bad. I'm like even contemplating paying that much. But the adaptation of Gene Wolfe's Books of the New Sun dark fantasy series in comic form, Shadow of the Torturer. This is issue number 2. And I remember the first time I looked through this, I was kind of like, just so-so, but actually the art and everything is like pretty sick in this. It's not as refined as like some prose in Marvel and DC and stuff, but it's not without its charm. I'm tending to think this lady here, the imprisoned lady that he's going to have to torture, that he's kind of falling in love with, she looks like she might be kind of based loosely on Sean Young at that time. Just a guess. Like, I mean, it's not like totally 100% there, but I feel like possibly. But yeah, some sick art, sick writing throughout. This is so fucking brutal and heartbreaking, and I just gotta see what happens, man. But I want to show a little bit more of the art. Yeah, if any homies, if you guys ever see this, is like at the very top of like my want list for like the past year or two. But yeah, this is an extra copy of number 2, so I have 2 copies of number 2, but I think there's only 3 issues, number 1 and number 3 to look for. So yeah, highly recommended too. If you find this, by all means, feel free to keep it for yourself if you like it. But yeah, oh my goodness, I'm like, I can't get enough of this. This is like one of the ones I'm really, really looking for. Some more good stuff. Weird War Tales. This is like the archetypal Weird War Tales, what you're gonna get. The only thing missing is skeletons. This is Weird War Tales number 89, so if you're not looking at the screen, it's like gorillas in not Nazi uniforms waving swazis. Yep. The merging of tropes there. Okay, I previously mentioned a good Wolverine run, finally, that I've discovered. And I know there's other ones out there, but by all means, recommend me some, if you know. Like, I know, like, you know, the Hama run, for instance, but nothing else really has, like, done much for me. But this one here is it John Huston? Or Jack Huston? And Juan Jose Rip, Wolverine the Best There Is. For mature readers, absolutely not for kids. This one is actually really good, and you know, you might think I'm just a sucker for like gore and sex and stuff, and that might be the case a little bit, but this is actually very intelligent. All the characters are like very well characterized. It's unpredictable. It could be said it's like character driven. And Wolverine is not just a fucking, like, bystander in his own comic book like he seems to be in many. Like, he is the protagonist, but he's put through, like, absolute hell. But you see that his, like, his cunning, his strength, his resolve, and, like, him being the best there is at what he does, and, like, what he does isn't pretty, man. But he's, like, the only person that can do the things he does in this series too, and you're like, wow, he like, you know, it's like you wouldn't see any other X-Men like doing the shit he does. So yeah, I'm looking for this too. Well, I have almost the full series of this except for number 8 and number 12, the final one maybe. But anyway, the second copy of this one. I recommend this one. So far, this is one that I think I won't ever get rid of. It's really fun to read. You could tell the writer isn't just like some bonehead who likes gore and tits, which is, you know, nothing against that. But there's more to him than that, but it's just like non-stop, man. It's suspenseful, scary, fucking gritty. Wolverine also like has romantic interests. He's not just like he's fucking like this is kind of like the Wolverine I'm looking for, man. Like he's not just totally passive and like trying to subdue himself all the time. Like he's utilizing his strengths and individual Wolverine-ness, if you will. Anyways, maybe go on into that a little more later. Okay, continuing to the next vendor. Okay, one guy had a table that was all like omnibuses and trade paperbacks and artist editions and stuff. He's around at these shows like once in a while. But I kind of forgot, and I was like looking at this Lone Ranger omnibus with Cassidy on art. I was always kind of curious about this Lone Ranger run. And when I was handling this, he's like, yeah, that's $5. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'll try that out. And as I've said, as I kind of said at the show, here's some nice Cassidy art. But I'm like, man, I used to think westerns were just for old people. You know, aside from like spaghetti westerns and shit, but like western comics. But I'm digging them, man. They're pretty fucking wicked sometimes. I'll try that out. Cassidy. Matthews, Cariello, and Cassidy. Lone Ranger, Omnibus Volume 1. The next Astonishing X-Men trade paperback that I needed from the Whedon Cassidy run. Astonishing X-Men Volume 4? Yeah. I'll try that out too. Okay, next vendor. How much was this again? This was $5. But here's another one that when I look up is always like worth a lot of money. So I don't feel too bad. Like, I don't know. There's how do you reconcile the part that's like speculating or money making and like the part that is like I guess if you're like in different tribes, different clans, that you like really care about interiors and the experience of the medium. But whatever. this rules. This is worth like money as well. So I'll try to find this a good home. It's like the fourth or fifth print of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2. Back in the day, right? Like these are like, oh, it's just a reprint. It's like not worth much. But now even these reprints are worth a bunch. This is the wraparound Richard Corben cover. Fun stuff. And yeah, even the interior art, of course, is iconic. And even though it's only $5, it's in quite good shape. What's wrong with it? Just these little marks. This looks like it's like grime, but that's actually part of the painting. Yeah, just like some minor marks, that's all. Yeah, so an extra copy of that. Also, another $5 undervalued TMNT #7. But it does have these little scuffs on it, or foxing, or whatever shit you call it. But this is a super fun... Is it a trilogy of issues? Like 5, 6, and 7? There's another one that when we were kids, it was like, you'd bring these comics with you everywhere just because you'd like want to look at them over and over and over. Another wraparound cover by Eastman Laird. Is it mainly Eastman on this one? But this is the second print of #7, is it? But even still, right? Like, super fun storyline with the Triceratons and these Krang-like things and other planets and stuff. I want to show just a little bit. The shit's just sick. It's just fucking sick. Yeah, I love this trilogy of issues. I think it is. I'm scraping the memory banks like over 20 years ago. 5, 6, and 7. I think it's that. This storyline freaking rules, dude. It's so sick. It's so fun. Just firing on all cylinders, Eastman Laird during this. Show a little bit more. Oh, okay, because this reprint has a Richard Corben and Kevin Eastman collaboration inside as well. It's been a while since I've revisited this one, because I think in the PC, maybe I only have the first print. But if this is the second print, this is like, man, it'll be fun to revisit this stuff anyway, regardless. Mirage TMNT, just, I used to like be like, oh, I don't need that and stuff, but now I feel like I could always find a good home. And also the thing is, it seems like this stuff is just always skyrocketing lately, like the past, like even year, but the past like forever. every like chunk of 5 or 10 years when I look them up, I'm like, oh, You know, at first I'm like, oh man, I can't believe I paid like a whole $5 or $10 for something, and then it'll be like multitudes more in value. So if you like to speculate, or if you like to just have cool stuff or whatever, I mean, you can pass it on or whatever. This is another great trilogy, The Return to New York. This is like Eastman Laird, Lawson, and Talbot. This Triceraton, I think he was trapped here since like back in issue 7, it turns out. And they can't really breathe our atmosphere. So it's got him all messed up, man. Some of that Ronin influence. Just look at this 2-page spread here of this Triceraton. All the line work and white media and duo shade. Absolute madness and mania. Oh, I need the patience to be able to do this kind of stuff again. There's like the love of like, I'm so impatient now. Not that I did this, but I mean, you know what I mean? But here's this Triceraton they team up with. When they find him, they're like, you know, he was an enemy before, but he's like hallucinating and losing his mind, and they kind of trick him into thinking that they're part of the Triceraton Republic in order to team up with them against the Foot Clan. A little bit scummy on their part, but the Mirage stuff is more grimy, man. That's how it would be. It's darker, grimier, and grittier. Yeah, really well choreographed fight scenes as well throughout all these. The Frank Miller fight choreography influence is real. Not that they bite, but they're definitely like trying to live up to that standard. I love this part too when he helped them overcome some odds in this fight, and he's saying like, he like can hardly breathe. Zog rules. He's this rat. They're like, right. He doesn't really know what the hell's going on or what he's doing, but they've got him fucking up the Foot Clan while they're kind of invading the equivalent of like the Technodrome at this point. All this cool tech and stuff too. Yeah, and the action, just full of action. I just want to show this Triceraton, even though he's like, I think he's only in, like, I don't know if he's necessarily shown in like issue number 7. He would have to be, I guess, but he's kind of just a one-off character in this issue, as far as I know. But he makes such an impact, man. Just fucking fall in love with his ass. Even though he was a villain before. It's just so well done. And then these guys too. These weird kind of clones of, mutated clones of the Shred Man. The Return to New York trilogy. I think it's 19, 20, and 21. 21? One to look for, also iconic from the Mirage Studios run. Authorized training manual, Leonardo. I don't know if these are necessarily going to teach you to fight like the Ninja Turtles, but that's what they purport to be able to do. I like this style of art, though. And gesture drawing. Reverse backhand grip. Disarming an opponent. As the opponent's sword is deflected, move forward, sliding your sword forward, down to the opponent's wrist with a short pressing movement. Cut the tendon on the top of the wrist. Yeah, because I don't know if I think I have all 4 of these, but it takes like a lifetime to put these together, man. They have a set of them for like $50 altogether, but I don't know. Maybe if I get desperate. And then here's a more beat up copy, a double to pass on. They had this set of Devil Dinosaur, the complete set, 1 to 9 for $50. I talked them down to $40 though, because I'm missing number 1 and a handful of others, like 3 others maybe, 2 or 3. And I was kind of like, man, the best I've seen is like Devil Dinosaur number 1 for $20 US plus shipping. So that's probably like pretty freaking close. Just get them all. This seems like it's like very F or VF for number 1. Maybe I seem crazy that I wanted this so bad. I've wanted this for like maybe a good 5 years or so. So, you know, a bit of a key here. But again, it's collected elsewhere, but I just love it on the newsprint, man. Let's take a look at this together. I've never even looked inside it. That number 1. Yeah, cursory glance at the outside. I don't really see anything wrong with it. Minimal roll, if you can be even called that at all. A little bit of wear, like minuscule wear on the staple, maybe. It's a newsstand copy. And I don't really see any ticks or anything. The coloration looks great. It's rather white. This is all stuff that used to bore me, but now I want it to be able to read it, but I also do kind of care. Like it's just a nice bonus when it's in good condition. But maybe it's kind of the just looking at the first and the 2-page spread on the interior. I was more impressed with the later issues, if I'm going to be a little shitheel. But I'm looking forward as hell to reading all these devil dinosaurs on newsprint. Let's go. Okay, another vendor. He had like, what was it? Green stickers, $3 or something like that. Blue, $2, and yellow, $1. So, Hellblazer number 5. One of the... I'm not missing too many, but I was missing this one. For $1. Tower of Shadows number 6 for $1. Is this reprints of old horror stuff, or was this like actually Marvel commissioning a new horror anthology series with Stan Lee and Steve Ditko doing the first story in here? The second story is Wally Wood. You gotta love finding something like this, man. How bad could it be? We shall see. Wally Wood is the fucking man, though. Thomas Sutton on the 3rd. Yeah, so I think we're Stan Lee, Steve Skeets, and Gene Colan on the last story. Weren't they going to... Was Fantagraphics going to put a collection of these together or something like that? I forgot who. Maybe IDW or something? I'm sorry, I forget. But I don't know if that's like only in limbo or if that's going to happen or not. You know what? I want to touch on something too. Diamond, I guess, apparently they got bought out by a company now that doesn't give a shit about comics and doesn't see how they'll make money distributing comics. So that's pretty scary. Maybe it's a good time to hoard this stuff as far as speculating goes. Again, like I'm kind of like, I always hate that kind of like gold prospector kind of bullshit. Maybe shyster type bullshit. But if that's the case, then like all this stuff is gonna be harder to get. So do with that information what you will. I'm not sure what's gonna happen there. It's kind of scary. Maybe there'll be more of like a manga type model where it would be more like trade paperbacks or even like on collections on newsprint would be the thing. But yeah, apparently that company just the CEO was saying like floppies is like not a thing that they're gonna do by the sounds of it. So scary shit, man. But maybe hopefully other distributors will replace them, but that wouldn't happen overnight either. Moving on. Toxic Avenger number 7, Doug Bench and Val Merrick. Now I'm bummed out. Moving on. Maybe putting together a second set of Uncanny X-Force. $2 for number 2, and the rest were all $1. Number 3, number 5, number 8, number 9, number 10. These freaking covers by like, is it Esad Ribic? They're just fucking shit hot too. They're fucking unreal. Number 11. Number 12. Number 13. Number 14. You know that I always recommend this. Broken record. Anybody new though. Number 15. Number 16. Number 17. Number 19.1. All these .1 issues are meant to be read before the normal, like, number 19. Even though numerically it shouldn't come before it. But anyway, it's number 19. I think this might be a different cover. Number 20. Number 21. Number 22. Okay, next vendor was that fur dude. And that other guy who, like, I bought Penthouse Comics magazines off of before, but they didn't have any of those. I don't know why they didn't bring them. But Crack or anybody local who's, like, interested, Ferd, at the last show, he told me he had a bunch of original Richard Corben posters. And they're about 2 feet wide by 3 feet tall. And they're legit from 1976 to 1981 and in brand fucking new condition. But they all have nude women on them, and I don't really like display that stuff myself. Not that I have anything against it, but it's just like it doesn't suit my like, I don't know. I'm like not that much of a, I don't know. I just don't like put up like posters that are like kind of explicit. They're not explicit, but they are like, there is a sexual tone to them. Like one of them has a naked woman like on a waterfall kind of, and it looks like the waterfall's like coming out from between her legs. You don't see any gash or anything, but you know what I mean? Suggestive. Pretty blatantly suggestive. Another one has a bunch of women and tigers, naked women and tigers. I forget what the third one is, but they all have naked women on them. But the thing is, right, they were all made to be posters, so they're not from any other previous, like, otherwise piece of Corben art. And there's, like, not even a little minor freaking fold or dent or anything on the corners of any of them. They're insane. But at the last show, he was like, I'll bring them to the next show, and I'll probably sell them to you for, like, maybe $25 each. When I got there today, I was like, I don't know if I really would. I probably wouldn't put these up just because I don't really like put up like nudity, like blatant nudity, unless it has to be more artful. But not that I have anything against it, but it's just, you know, maybe if I was Italian or something. Anyway, but he said, he's like, yeah, sorry, since I talked to you, I like looked it up. The lowest they go for is like 60 US. They're usually even like 75 or 100 US, and they're not even in that great shape when they sell for that. And I was like, yeah, you're not really trying to take advantage of me or anything. I mean, I know that you said 25, but for something like that, like, find it a good home, make the money. Like, it's no hard feelings. Like, but he's like, yeah, I'll probably, I don't know if I'm gonna have them. I'm gonna take them to Vancouver, the show there. But I just wanted to tell you, if you're interested in that shit, I imagine he might sell them for like 50 each, maybe, at the low point, just to not have to schlep them over there, to haul them over there. But yeah, dude, pretty awesome, but just probably not for me. I don't really have any regrets, like, passing on those, but I hope they find, like, a good home to, like, somebody cool, maybe one of you guys. So, yeah, just letting you know. But, yeah, I got this off of him. Psychotic Adventures, number 3. I can't remember where this was on my wish list, but was it from Hercules Pedix Academy channel that was covering these? I think it was mainly number 2 that I wanted, but this looks like some weird, like, you know, underground stuff. I forget what the deal is. Like, he was covering these. The writing looks kind of cool. Of all the trees in that place, McKay loved the coppice best. To him the birches were a chorus of slender demoiselles, the fair troubadours in green-needled mail. What happened to this guy? McKay felt just as served as he watched the maimed killer being led back to the cabin. We'll get that damn tree, Billy. Just you take it easy, huh? Okay, what was going on here, though? May the arm that struck her down so wither. The chalice drained, misty eyes cleared. Lips grew red, pale skin gleamed. Sing, my sisters, dance for me. You know, just flipping through this, it looks weird. They exploded into weird ritual as chanting filled the air. A seasonal change they sang of creation, passion, birth, and death. Longingly, McKay watched the riot of wild gay winds, the soft interlacing of boughs, the kiss of amorous leaves. Yet she withers, and not all our life, if poured through her lips, could save her. What can I do, McKay says. Psychotic Tales is the name of this. Or Psychotic Adventures, rather. Yeah, it just looks kind of weird. He sold me the two of these. This and this collection of Zippy the Pinhead comic strips from for $10 together. So that's cool. I didn't get the Corben posters or any Penthouse mags, but this is pretty rad for 10s. Pull Griffith Zippy. Moving on. My psychotic adventure, and you're a reptile too. Next vendor, he had a bunch of mainly mainstream stuff, another dollar bin. I'm telling ya, maybe this bodes well. Maybe the dollar bins are back in town, you guys. Don't you dare try and stop us. Tonight there's gonna be some dollar bin. Battle Chasers number 2. Yeah, he mainly had mainstream stuff, but found some good stuff there. Number 4. Number 5. Number 8. Number 9. Isn't this towards the end? Like, when Joe Mad was, like, not doing it anymore? How many are there with him? More of the Savage Dragon. Number 13. I guess that's the Jim Lee issue. Going pretty hardcore there. Number 14. Number 15. Number 16. Number 18. I imagine it's going to be pretty easy to put together like around the first 25 or so. Number 20, and then after that, good luck. Marvel Tales 159. I'll always get these for $1, right? Human Torch also, that rules. Number 161. 162. 163. Do I need another copy of Rune? How many do I got? I remarked that to him and he just threw this copy of Rune in. Siphon's number 1. I bet you guys really want me to flip through this again, huh? Show off all those buttocks and bosoms? Well, too bad. I'm not going to this time. Another copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 2. Don't feel too bad. We've looked through that a bunch. Gutter Fiends. Yeah, $5 for this again. This isn't, you know, it's awesome to have this. It's just a fucking beautiful comic. Turtle Soup number 1 for $5. This is another one. It's like worth more. These are backup stories of reprints in Ninja Turtles, I think. They're like different artists and writers doing different shorts on the Ninja Turtles. Maybe a second copy, maybe an upgrade. Okay, not from the dollar bin, but Savage Wolverine number 1. And because I got those and I made them a deal for this and this, because I never even knew this existed. And you know me, I'm not one for variant covers, but it's Milo Manara doing Psylocke. Worlds Collide. This is like a variant that's made, this is like art that's made just for me, man. Mexican San Diego con exclusive variant, apparently. He gave me this on the Savage Wolverine for $50. This, I hardly ever do that, but then when I saw that this is actually a variant cover that's for Uncanny X-Force also, I was like, I even like the interior, dude. This is for me. I didn't make any big stupid purchases except for that Devil Dinosaur. And I passed on the Corben posters. And I'm kind of like, I think I would like this better than those like than a nude Corben poster for the same price. Sorry if that's blasphemy to you guys, but Milo and Manara and like probably my biggest crush for the X-Men, not to give TMI, but the man, there's a different like non-foil. This is all in Spanish, the interior too, but yeah, more of like a non-reflective kind of zoomed in piece there. Oh, I'm getting all short of breath here. So yeah, I'm not like one for, but this will be like, I'll put this up as instead of a poster, probably. Moving on. Oh yeah, shit. Okay, so this is like almost the last vendor. I just remembered he had, was it called Domes by, is it Matt Howarth or Hogarth? Crack, if you're watching this, you're into that guy. But before I forget, dude, that I was like, man, if Crack was here, I'd pass this on him. But that you know that other dude at Thirsty's Flea Market that has comics and stuff? He had a bunch of Post Brothers there for $1 each in his buck bins. They're probably in his bargain bins still over at the flea market. They were all around like issue number 50 or so, I think, if I recall correctly. But I'm just saying that now in case I forget to tell you later. Anyways, moving on. So this is from Jeff. It's kind of like a punk rock dude. He used to only sell these bins for like $2 or $3 each, but lately it's kind of like been like, what was it before? It would be like if you buy 30, then it'll be like $50 or something. Like you wouldn't be saving much, but now he's doing if you get 50 of these, then they're $1 each, which is cool because yeah. Usually he has like a ton of long boxes there, and I end up getting like about 25 or 30 that I want anyways, but managed to put 50 together pretty easily without any regrets here. This cover looks awesome, and I saw that it's Paul Dini on the writing probably. So I was like, that's cool, man. Paul Dini is awesome, like one of the head writers of Batman the Animated Series. And Joe Benitez, what did he do again? He did like Cyblade, Weapon Zero, Lady Mechanica, maybe some other stuff, but he's doing the interiors on this, so some kind of hot cheesecakey Poison Ivy. You know, his strength is kind of like drawing babes, for one thing. But nice line work always for his stuff, too. But yeah, you can't front on that. Besides the cover, maybe some cool art in here. And with Paul Dini, maybe cool writing, too. Babes. Probably want to look further through that, eh? Who did this cover, man? Would it be Bermejo or something? It almost looks like the guy would be like painting like the Paul Jenkins, Sean Phillips covers or something, but anyway, sorry. I don't want to filibuster. I try to avoid that stuff. Try to keep it right in. Donna Matrix #1. First time I read this, I thought it was stupid, but then I like read it again, revisited it. It's pretty awesome. Always wondered about this, Larry Hama and Mike Deodato doing Elektra, so that's #1. They didn't have any others, so I would probably would have grabbed a little handful maybe, if so. Some more House of Mystery. Bronze DC Horror, always. And getting pretty close to getting that run complete. 297, at least like the later stuff. 301, 306, 307. Some more of this Joe Kubert Presents. Got some of this previously and wanted more. So we got the full set now. Here's 2 to 6, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll see how that goes. Got some Commandy by some new people. Marvel Comics Presents Weapon X. Just always putting together like a set or two of this. So that's Marvel Comics Presents number 73, 78, 81. You see me get these like almost every video lately.
It's hard to put a whole set of these together. How much is it? Like 12 issues or something? 82, 84. Um, some Palmiotti and Casada Painkiller Jane. For this is like the kind of price where I'll try this shit out. Number 0. I don't mean, sorry, not to be besmirching, say shit. Try this stuff out. Number 1. Number 2. Palmiotti and Casada can do some pretty good stuff a lot of the time. Particularly like their Jonah X stuff. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Immortal Red Sonja. Number 2. Just trying this out because it's got that Linsner cover, right? Always just checking out different runs of Red Sonja. There's gotta be some good ones, right? Tomorrow Stories. Featuring like Alan Moore and Rick Veitch, Melinda Gebbie, Jim Bickey, Kevin Nolan. That's number 1. Some doubles or upgrades of a bunch of like Silvestri to Jim Lee and Paul Smith. It's Paul Smith, sorry. Era X-Men, 219, 220, 224, 237, 238. Because I know some people that are like looking for this stuff too. 238, 243, 250, 263, 270. Here you're getting to like that sick ass fucking Jim Lee stuff. Let's look quick. Here's 272. I just wanted to like it looks like, see, the pages are still stuck when it's like printed together. You know, these little like indents, like these little holes like that. So does that mean this is like new? Maybe. Just curious. I don't want to bore you guys with like condition and stuff, but it's kind of cool. But yeah, some classic stuff. Speaking of which, but there's like less in demand. Zorro number 1, Don McGregor. Let's talk about this before. Yeah, Frank Miller cover, but these are just fun to read. Missing number 3 though, the first appearance of Lady Ride. So that's been, I don't know where that is, but still looking for that one. Mike Grell cover on number 4. Mike Mignola cover on number 6. Just fun stuff. Trying some of this stuff too, like Zorro, man. Am I 8 years old again, just loving Zorro? It kind of feels that way. Kind of feel that good. Like it's kind of cool to revisit something, and it is. It still holds up. It seems, a lot of the Zorro stuff, but this is later. I'm not familiar with this, but I've read 1 or 2 issues that were good. Lady Zorro Rides Again. This is number 0 from Dynamite. Zorro Rides Again, number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. And number 12. With, looks like Lady Zorro there too. Okay, the final. Last thing I got was from homie Don Bailey. He has some pretty good prices on some stuff, actually. I used to be like, as a cheap guy, I used to like be scared to look at his stuff because he has a lot of really nice stuff that is like, it can be cheaper than a lot of places, but like I'm not finding it for a steal like I would if I spent a lifetime possibly being able to find something like that beat up in the dollar bins. But anyways, a lot of nice stuff, including this Torpedo Volume 4. I've just been looking like high and low for all of these torpedoes, any kind of torpedo, and they're just fucking hard as shit to find and like astronomically priced everywhere I look. So he sold me this for 25 bones, which is pretty awesome because I see this stuff maybe online if I'm lucky for like 60 plus shipping or some shit, you know. So, oh yeah, this is brand new still too. The shit's creaking. Not that I, mostly I just want to read stuff, but that's all just a bonus. M1911. This just rules. We're gonna flip through this while we say adios and thanks for watching. Just one of the best crime comics ever that I've ever seen. But there's so much that I haven't read of this. What's his name? Sanchez Abuli and Jordi Bernet. There's some others by Toth. That's the first stuff that I found, or Toth. But yeah, this just fucking rules, man. I'm stoked as hell. This is one of the grails to me. So it's cool, some kind of graily stuff to find. I was so surprised that I refined my wish list, which is something I do maybe like once a year. And I was like, I'm going to find so much stuff off my wish list there, but not really. Just a handful of things, like say some of those House of Mystery, a couple of Zoros, but yeah. I guess there's like just a world of comics out there, because could there have been like 1 million comics in that building? It was insane, dudes. But yeah, not a little bit of something for everyone. Yeah, congrats and thanks again to the guys who put it on and promoted it. I guess they did really well, because not us people that went there to buy, not just us were happy. All the vendors that I heard like talking amongst themselves or to each other were saying like that they did like really well, and they were very happy. So that rules. This town is insane. There's another con next month. And there's another sale this weekend. So, like, man, I want to be done buying for a while and just, like, chill out and read, but I can't. I have to. I can't stop from, like, going to these places and seeing and finding stuff, man. It's probably a good time, though, to do it. Make hay while the sun is shining, right? Yeah. Hope everything's gonna be fine. I'm scared about all that distro shit, man. But as for you guys, happy hunting out there. Hope you find wicked shit. Best to you and yours. And yeah, talk to me if you so desire. You hear me like talking about runs and stuff I'm looking for, so recommendations are always nice. Just anything really. Just say hi, or if you don't say hi, I'll hear the psychic ones, man. Shout out to you, and thanks for sticking around. All right, can't show all that, but peace. Yeah, take care, guys.